What's up? It's your boy Fats. One day I get up in the morning, I said to myself, it's hamburger day, it's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna go ahead and call my grandma, see how things is. So I go downstairs, I'm sitting in the day room, it's like four people ahead of me. So I got to sign a piece of paper right there, let people know that hey, I got the. Phone next. So I'm sitting in line waiting. And while I'm waiting, this dude named Wallace come up, and he talked to somebody that's already on the phone. He say something to him. Now I already know how Wallace is, so I kind of already knew what he was kind of up to. So a few minutes later, that's when he hurry up and get on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Some few people behind me is like, Wallace, man, you full of shit. And Wallace like, y'all already know what I got to do. Y'all already know what I got to do. There's a certain time I got to hit this number. So he get on the phone, click, 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 doing this thing real fast or whatever on the phone. Back then we had calling cards to where we can, back in the early '90s, they didn't have like to where the machines, all that was automated to where the prison could kind of control that. You just got on it, you push zero, put your number in there, and then you can do like I said, you can run a calling card on there. So he get on the phone. He's trying to run that up real fast. So everybody's like, he's like, man, y'all already know what I'm doing, man. So shit, y'all need to chill out with all that old bullshit. So everybody's like, shit, whatever, Wallace, man, you just full of shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to wait your turn, because some people, like I said, they was trying to see if their visitors was coming and stuff. So I'm like, shit, whatever. I said, shit, I'm just gonna go back up. I'll just use the phone a little bit later. So I go back up to my cell, waiting on my little bunkie to get back, you know what I'm saying? Because he's on visit. He just went on visit. So I'm like, shit, I'm going to go ahead and just chill for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Get up on there, put some little Ozzy Brothers on. I'm kind of grooving, cleaned up the cell a little bit. Just, you know what I'm saying, the normal stuff that you do on the weekends around the prison and stuff. So I was like, shit, I'm going to go ahead right before child time, right before we go get the burgers or whatever. And I'm going to go ahead, you know what I'm saying, use the phone in. So I go downstairs again, it's still a line right there. So I'm like, shit, I'll just wait till a little bit later. So I'm walking around the day room right there, because my name is still on the list. So I'm walking around the day room, waiting on the phone to kind of get open a little bit. So phone never got open. So I go lunch, get my little hamburger and stuff. I come back, you know. So then right before count, that's when my bunkie come up in there. He's kind of mad and stuff. I'm like, shit, you all right, man? He's like, shit, man, I need to call my girl, man. We had a little argument, you know what I'm saying, over a visit. So I need to call her. And I was like, shit, all right, man, just listen to him talking and stuff, just agreeing with him. He need to call her. So I'm like, all right. So count time is over. He run out there, try to get on the phone, probably about down in about 30 minutes right before we was going to chow. So then they called chow time. So I'm come out the room and I'm walking down the stairs and he meet me at the bottom of the stairs right there. He's like, that motherfucking Wallace is a motherfucking asshole. And I was like, shit, what you mean? He was like, that motherfucker jumped on the phone right before me, man. I was like, shit, yep, that motherfucker do shit like that. He was like, shit, I don't know why y'all always do that old bullshit. And I was like, shit, I don't know either, man. But shit, like I said, everybody kind of already knew that that's how he did things. I was like, shit, he does that shit all the time. He was like, yeah, but shit, he does it at the wrong motherfucking times, at all the motherfucking time. And I was like, yep, he probably do. So I'm like, shit. I go to we go to dinner, come back in. Now it's this dude named Dietrich. He be on the phone too, but he be on the phone all day long, like running up his bill. He probably be on the phone probably about an hour. I mean, everybody already, like I said, his phone. Everybody already know how Wallace is, and everybody already know how Dietrich is. Dietrich's on his phone right here all the motherfucking day long. So I come back in, sit down, because like I said, I'm trying to use the phone too. I'm like, shit, damn, man. So I'm like, shit, I ain't gonna even be able to use the phone, you know what I'm saying, tonight. So I probably end up having to use it tomorrow. So I'm looking at that over at the phones, you know what I'm saying, 24/7 while I'm up on my little run right here looking down. So as soon as the phone get open, I can tell somebody, hey, that's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and get on it. But shit, Dietrich was on the phone. Wallace was coming back and forth, you know what I'm saying, doing this little thing, you know. So I was like, shit, I'm just gonna just wait till tomorrow, you know. So I go back in the room. So I get back up in there, and now Jeff's like, shit, man, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Me and my girl, I'm gonna have to call her in the morning, man, and see if she gonna still gonna come and visit me or not, you know, because like I said, we had a little argument. I don't know if she gonna come or not. So I was like, shit, all right, man. So in the morning, he could hurry up and get up. You know, he run on downstairs, you know what I'm saying, to use the phone. He come on back this time, like I said, he said, man, motherfucker Wallace, you know what I'm saying, on that motherfucking bullshit. I was like, shit, but there's 3 phones down there, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, but he going all 3 of them, you know, doing some more crazy ass shit, you know. And I was like, oh, for real? And he was like, yeah, man. He said, don't nobody want to be down here while he's doing that old crazy ass shit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I was like, shit, just use the phone, man. You know what I'm saying? She gonna come. If she ain't gonna come, you know, then you already know. He was like, shit, all right, man. So he go back down there. Guess he uses the phone. He come back. He was like, shit, she said she ain't gonna come. She gonna come next week. So I was like, shit. Now he's kind of mad and stuff. I'm like, shit, man, you cool, man? He's like, yeah, man, I'm straight, man. I'm straight. He was like, shit, but I'm gonna be on their ass about the motherfucking phone calls all motherfucking week. I was like, shit, don't be running up that motherfucking phone bill, you know what I'm saying? So he go downstairs again, try to use the phone, come back, you know. He's like, shit, man, I don't know what Wallace is trying to do or whatever he's trying to do. I was like, shit, it's the weekend, man. He's trying to get a hold of his people, you know. So shit, you got to, you know what I'm saying, think about that too. And he was like, yeah, man, but shit, he ain't got to be always trying to use up all the phones just because, you know, he's trying to do this. And I was like, shit, man, some people, they do stuff like that, you know. I'm just telling him how some people is up in prison. Some people do some weird ass shit, you know, that you just have to kind of respect, you know what I'm saying? Even though they do it backwards or whatever, you know, you still got to kind of respect them too, because shit, those be the real motherfuckers that end up doing something to you. So I'm telling him, hey man, just don't even trip about that, man, you know. So he's like, shit, all right, man, you know. So one day I'm out on the yard walking the track, you know. I said, shit, I'm gonna call my grandma. I said, shit, I ain't called her all week. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna end up calling her anyway. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use your phone on the yard. That way, you know, I ain't got to worry about coming inside the cell and worry about nobody doing no stuff out there on the yard. So I come in on the yard. I'm gonna go over there by the phones. There's like probably about 10 of them. So that's when I seen Wallace over there. He on all of them doing this thing, going down the line. One phone here, with a little paper in his hand, you know, going down the little phone. I was like, shit, I ain't gonna even mess with that, man. I'm just gonna keep on pushing, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I get on back to the cell, take my little shower. Jeff runs on downstairs, use the phone real quick, you know. And then he come back up. He's like, man, he doing that motherfucking crazy ass shit again, you know. I was like, oh, for real? It's like, shit, him and Dietrich, you know what I'm saying? I already kind of got into it down there. And I was like, oh, for real? He was like, yep. He's like, shit, Dietrich, you know what I'm saying? Just told that man all that damn clicking and shit that he doing. He need to go ahead and quit all of those shit, you know. So I was like, damn. So the next day, I was like, shit, I'm gonna go ahead and call my grandma, make sure that I call her, you know. Because, like I said, it's almost been a week since I talked to her. So I went on down there, it's like Thursday or whatever. I'm sitting in the day room waiting. That's when Wallace come back over there. Dude is, like I said, bombarded the phone or whatever. Everybody saying what they saying to him. He get on there doing this thing, click, 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 you know. And then that's when Dietrich was like, man, quit all that damn clicking in my motherfucking ear, man. You know what I'm saying? Wallace was like, shit, man, you already know what I'm trying to do with this calling card. And he was like, man, shit, you got to find you a new one or whatever, because the one that you got must not be working, or the operator ain't connecting to the calling card thing. And Wallace was like, shit, it will, it will, it will. He was like, shit, you got to do that shit somewhere else, man. You know what I'm saying? On the for real fact. And Wallace was like, shit, man, nah, man, I ain't got to do nothing like that, man, you know. So I'm looking, I'm listening. I'm like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Shit, he really into that motherfucking phone thing like that, you know? Because, like I said, he always clicking that motherfucker. Click, 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 trying to, you know what I'm saying, do whatever he had to do. So I go back up to my little cell, you know, sitting there all night, you know what I'm saying, the next morning. That's what Jeff get down on the bunk. You know, he's like, shit, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that she gonna come. I'm gonna call her again. I said, she's been calling her all week, you know, just joking with him, you know. He was like, shit, I ain't been doing that. I was like, shit, man, you been down on that phone all motherfucking week, you know. He was like, yeah, all right, man, whatever, fast. So he get out, go down there and call on the phone and shit. So he come back up and now he's mad and shit. And I'm like, shit, man, what's going on? He's like, shit, man, I'm tired of this motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? For real fast, man. I'm tired of this motherfucking shit. And I was like, shit, man, what you tired of, man? You know what I'm saying? Because shit, when somebody tell you they tired of something, it could be a number of reasons why they tired. They just tired of being in the penitentiary or they tired of certain situations or whatever. So he's like, shit, man, this motherfucker's some bullshit right here. And I was like, shit, man, for real? He's like, shit, that motherfucking Wallace, man, I'm into fucking this motherfucking ass up. And I was like, shit, man, come on, man, let that shit go, man. He was like, shit, man, I'm trying to down here trying to talk to my girl on the phone. This motherfucker all on another phone. You know what I'm saying? Telling me that I need to use that phone. Can I get off and call my girl back on this phone right here? And I was like, shit, man, you can't be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you running up the phone bill doing that. He was like, shit, yeah, man, this motherfucker, man, always, you know what I'm saying, want me to do some more strange ass shit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So I'm like, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? So lunchtime come, he was like, shit, I ain't gonna go to lunch. So I was like, shit, all right, man. So I go to lunch, you know, down there sitting there eating. That's when Wallace come over to the table. He's like, hey, Fats. I was like, shit, what's up? He's like, you know how to do the three-way? And I was like, shit, no, not really, man. He's like, shit, all you gotta do is just let me get on the phone and I click like this, you know what I'm saying, for a minute and it'll click over to the three-way. And I was like, shit, nah, man. I said, I remember one time I did that shit already and my phone got cut off. And he was like, shit, nah, it ain't gonna do that like that. I was like, oh, nah, I ain't gonna even do it, you know what I'm saying, Wallace on the for real. I ain't gonna even, you know what I'm saying, do no phone call like that. So he was like, shit, all right, man. So he got up, you know what I'm saying, looking a little mad and stuff and walked off. So I get back to the cell. Jeff up in there smoking, so I finish out the cigarette with him and stuff. He's like, shit, man, I'm gonna have to, like I said, Fast Man, I'm gonna have to do something to that motherfucker Wallace, you know what I'm saying, here in a minute, you know, if he don't kind of get this shit under control about these phones and stuff around here. And I was like, man, let that motherfucking phone shit go because shit, that phone ain't got nothing to do with you. I said, you can write your girl a letter and stuff like that. I mean, you don't be running up your phone bill, you know what I'm saying, over some old bullshit ass dude or whatever. So he was like, shit, man, I know you keep saying that shit, but shit, I don't see it, man. I don't see it at all. I was like, shit, damn, man, you know. I was like, shit, Jeff, you need to kind of chill out with all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, whatever goes on down there with that nigga Wallace, you know what I'm saying? Just go on here and just blow that shit off, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to just, cause shit, you don't want to know nothing kind of bad to happen to nobody, especially your little roommate, you know what I'm saying? Because me and him are cellies and stuff like that. So one day, I'm sitting up in the, I'm sitting up in the day room just chilling and stuff, you know, that's when Jeff come downstairs, you know what I'm saying? When he come down, he's kind of mad and stuff. He's sitting at the table with me right here. I'm like, shit, man, you all right? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm cool, man. I'm cool, man. You know what I'm saying? He was like, shit, man. But like I said, man, I'm just tired of this motherfucker right here. He said, man, I want to put my foot in his ass so motherfucking bad and shit like that. I was like, shit, man, you ain't got to, you know what I'm saying, worry about nothing like that. So while we was sitting there chilling, that's when Wallace come and does the phone again, you know what I'm saying? But Dietrich is sitting right here, like I said, like his own normal thing on the phone talking, you know. So he got the click, 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 click again. And that's when Dietrich was like, hey, man, I told you, man, you know what I'm saying? You need to go on here and chill out with that old bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Wallace, man, don't nobody want to be hearing that shit all in that motherfucking ear all the motherfucking time. So Wallace was like, man, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? And they joke like, man, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? So they going back in words a little bit, you know. That's when Green Eyes come over there to the phone. Now you might want to check out my video, Gladiator School. You know who Green Eyes is. He come over at the phone. He's like, hey, y'all chill out with all that old bullshit, you know. He said, Wallace, man, get out this motherfucking phone, man, if you're going to be doing all that stuff in people's ears. So Wallace was like, shit, man, damn, Green Eyes, you gonna just like that? And Green Eyes was like, man, you already know how you is, you know. He just going back and forth, just telling him, hey, just go ahead, you know what I'm saying, push on, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. So I'm looking, I'm like, shit, damn. So then Jeff like, shit, man, I told you, man, this motherfucker need his ass whooped, you know what I'm saying, real good. Somebody need to whoop his ass real good. And I was like, shit, man, don't nobody need to, I'm saying to myself, shit, I'm kind of through with all that. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, get myself involved in no type of fights with nobody or anything like that. I'm just trying to be a cool individual, you know. So I go back up, me and Jeff walk back upstairs, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. So Jeff come down and get some ice and stuff out the cooler. So when he come back down, I don't know what happened down there or whatever because I wasn't down there. I just know that Green Eyes is calling me. He was like, hey Fats, come and get your cellmate, man. Come and get your cellmate, you know. So I go down, I come out the door and I look and I'm like, shit, what's up, Jeff? You know, and he's like, man, come and get him, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, shit, this motherfucker's really tripping down here, man. Come and grab him up for a second. You know, I just stand there. You know, I didn't go down on the stairs. I just sit there and watch Jeff walk up there himself. So when he get up in the room, I'm like, damn, Jeff, man, what the fuck happened? And he was like, shit, man, I told you, man. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker Wallace need his motherfucking ass whoop, you know. And I was like, shit, damn, man, you don't need to be going through that type of shit like that with that person. And he was like, shit, man, fuck that shit, man. He said, he lucky Green Eyes stopped me. You know what I'm saying? I was about to whoop his motherfucking ass down there. And I was like, oh, for real, man? I was like, shit, damn, you was gonna do that? And he was like, hell yeah, I was gonna whoop his motherfucking ass, you know? I was like, damn. So I'm like, shit, man, just go ahead and chill out, man. You know what I'm saying? Just stay away from that man, you know what I'm saying, for real. So like for the next couple days, I mean, nothing really kind of transpired between them, you know what I'm saying? They seen, you know what I'm saying? Wallace doing his normal stuff, you know what I'm saying, on the phone. People are always complaining and, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth and all that. So one day I get up in the morning, I'm sitting down there in the day room, you know, like I said, you know what I'm saying, waiting on to making the call and stuff like that. And then that's when Wallace come over there, do his normal stuff, you know what I'm saying? When he came over there, I was like, shit, damn. So then that's when he was standing on the run looking down where I normally stand. He was like, see, Fats, man? He said, I lied. See, Fats, man, I told you somebody need to kind of, you know what I'm saying, put their hands on that man. And Wallace was like, shit, ain't nobody gonna put their motherfucking hands on nobody, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Fuck that shit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do shit to me. And Jeff's like, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth. You need to just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, and just quit, get off that motherfucking phone. You ain't gonna never get a hold of nobody or whatever. You just, all you doing is wasting motherfuckers' time up in here doing all that old bullshit. So Wallace was like, shit, man, fuck that shit, you know. Shit, you ain't shit, you know. And Jeff's like, shit, you ain't shit. So they got to going back and forth at each other, you know what I'm saying? And that's when Green Eyes was like, hey, y'all need to kind of chill out with all that old motherfucking bull ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Both of y'all, you know what I'm saying? So then I come back up to my cell. I'm like, damn, Jeff, man. I said, man, I said, told you, man, leave that motherfucking man alone, you know what I'm saying, about that old bullshit, you know? And Jeff's like, shit, man, I told you, man, I'm about ready, you know what I'm saying, to put something on that motherfucker. He was like, shit, my girl got me mad, you know what I'm saying? I said, I want to take some of this aggression out on somebody real bad. I was like, shit, damn, man, don't be thinking like that, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, I'm just kind of, you know what I'm saying, trying to calm him down a little bit, you know? I ain't trying to tell him what he need to do and what he don't need to do because that's his own business right there. So he going back and forth, you know, what he should do and stuff. So we go to chow. So while we sitting at the chow table, like I said, Wallace going back at him again on that old bullshit, you know what I'm saying? That's when Green Eyes kind of chilled the whole conversation out again. So we get up, I go back to my little cell. We sitting up in there, he's like, shit, man, I told you, Fats, man, you know what I'm saying? It's about to go down, man, for real. I'm tired of this motherfucker. So I was like, shit, damn, man, for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Jeff, man, you about to do some crazy ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Lose your custody or some old bullshit like that, you know? Because like I said, once you get in a fight, you go back all the way, you go all the way to max. You don't go to middle, you go straight to max, and then you work your way back down. So, shit, well, what's the point of doing all that old bullshit, you know? So, I'm telling him, man, you about to risk everything, you know what I'm saying, over a damn phone. He was like, shit, it ain't about the phone, man. It's about the respect of the phone. I was like, shit, damn. So, so he goes downstairs, you know. I don't follow him or anything like that because I'm gonna let him go on here and do whatever. If he think about doing some more crazy ass shit, you know what I'm saying? That's just on him. So he leaves out. He come back probably about 10 minutes later and stuff, you know what I'm saying, with that same drowsy ass shit. And I was like, shit, did you handle your business? He was like, man, shit, I ain't worried about that dude. And I was like, shit, you ain't, man? He was like, shit, I ain't worried about that motherfucker. I was like, shit, then that's cool. So the next morning, like I said, all that night he was quiet. I'm talking about the man didn't say a motherfucking word to me, you know what I'm saying? None at night. So in the morning, he get up, and the first thing he did, he get up, he put his boots on. He start tying his boots on. I was like, shit, damn, man, what this motherfucker about to do? So once he started tying his boots on, he got up, went to the door, paused for a second, you know, and when he paused, I looked, he looked back at me, and then he went out. You might want to watch part 2.